It was a regular evening, and I found myself strolling through Walmart, picking up groceries and household items. The store was bustling with shoppers, and the bright lights overhead made everything seem ordinary. As I made my way down one of the dimly lit aisles, I noticed an old lady staring at me from a distance. Her intense gaze sent shivers down my spine, but I brushed it off, thinking she might need help finding something. Ignoring the uneasy feeling, I continued my shopping, but every now and then I caught glimpses of that same old lady, always watching me from afar. It was as if she was following me, lurking in the shadows. Trying to shake off the paranoia, I hurried to the checkout counter, eager to leave the store, but when I glanced at the security monitors above, I froze in horror. There she was again, that old lady, standing behind me in every aisle I had visited. My heart raced as I approached the store's exit. I needed to get out, to escape this strange and eerie feeling that had taken over me. But as I pushed open the door, a bone-chilling gust of wind hit my face, even though it had been a warm summer evening. Determined to leave, I stepped outside, only to find myself back inside the store. Confused and frightened, I tried the exit once more, but the same thing happened. I was stuck in an endless loop, unable to escape the Walmart. Panicking, I ran to find an employee, but all the aisles seemed to shift and change, leading me back to where I started. It was like a labyrinth designed to trap me inside this nightmare. And then, I heard a whisper, a haunting voice that seemed to come from all directions. "You can't leave. You're trapped here forever," it said, each word sending chills down my spine. Tears welled up in my eyes as I realized I was not alone in this strange and terrifying place. Other shoppers wandered aimlessly, their faces twisted with fear and confusion. As I tried to find my way out, I caught a glimpse of the old lady again. Her eyes bore into mine, filled with malice and something more sinister. She was the key to my escape, or so it seemed. Summoning all my courage, I approached her, and she smiled wickedly, her wrinkled face contorting into an eerie grin. "Welcome to the Walmart of Lost Souls," she whispered, her voice echoing in my mind. I begged her to help me escape, to break free from this nightmarish loop. With a sinister laugh, she revealed the chilling truth. Once you entered this Walmart, you could never leave. You were trapped forever, doomed to wander the aisles aimlessly, just like the other lost souls. In a last desperate attempt, I ran towards the emergency exit, slamming my hand against the alarm, hoping someone outside would hear it and rescue me. But the alarms remained silent, and the doors wouldn't budge. Now I roam the Walmart, a lost soul trapped in this eerie place, forever searching for an escape that will never come. The old lady still watches me, her haunting eyes a constant reminder of the nightmare that swallowed me whole. It was a rainy evening, and I had to pick up a few last-minute items from Walmart. The store was nearly empty, and the soft hum of the fluorescent lights added an eerie atmosphere to the place. As I walked through the deserted aisles, I felt a strange presence following me. Every time I turned around, there was no one in sight, but the feeling of being watched persisted. I tried to shake off the unease, attributing it to my tired mind playing tricks on me. But then, as I reached the end of an aisle, I heard faint footsteps like someone running away. Curiosity got the better of me, and I followed the sound. It led me to the toy section, and there I saw a little girl, her back turned to me, playing with a doll. "Hey, are you okay?" I called out, concerned that she might be lost. No response. The girl continued to play, seemingly oblivious to my presence. I took a step closer, and that's when I noticed something chilling. Her doll looked exactly like her, down to the tiniest detail. "Hey, sweetie, are you lost? Where are your parents?" I asked again, trying to get her attention. Still, she ignored me, her small hands caressing the doll's hair. A shiver ran down my spine, and I decided to find a store employee to help reunite her with her family. As I turned to leave, a sudden gust of cold air swept through the aisle, causing me to look back at the girl. To my horror, the doll was now looking directly at me, its glassy eyes filled with malevolence. I blinked, thinking it was a trick of the light, but when I looked again, the doll's head turned slightly, following my movements. My heart pounded in my chest and I stumbled back, my mind racing with disbelief. It was impossible, yet the doll was undeniably alive. I must be dreaming, I thought, trying to rationalize the terrifying sight before me. But then I noticed the girl's reflection in a nearby mirror, and she was still playing with her back turned to me. The doll, however, was now inches away from my face, its mouth twisted into a sinister grin. Terrified, I ran through the aisles, desperate to escape the nightmarish doll and the creepy girl who seemed to be connected to it. But no matter how far I ran, the doll appeared before me each time, its gaze haunting me. Finally, in a last-ditch effort, I made it to the store's exit. As I pushed the doors open, the rain poured down, providing some solace from the horrors inside. But just as I stepped outside, I felt a tiny hand on my shoulder. I turned around and there was the little girl, her eyes black as night, staring into my soul. "You can't leave," she whispered, her voice chilling me to the core. With a burst of adrenaline, I broke free from her grasp and ran as fast as I could, leaving Walmart far behind. I never returned to that store, haunted by the memory of the possessed doll and the girl who seemed to exist between worlds. To this day, I can't shake off the feeling that something sinister lurks within the aisles of Walmart, and I warn others to beware of the little girl and her malevolent doll, for they are a chilling presence that should never be underestimated. Late one night, I found myself wandering the aisles of Walmart searching for a specific item. The store was unusually quiet, and an eerie feeling washed over me as I made my way through the dimly lit sections. As I turned a corner, I spotted an old man stocking the shelves. He seemed out of place, dressed in antiquated clothing that looked like it came from another era. Intrigued, I approached him to ask for help. But when I got closer, the old man's face twisted into a sinister grin, and his eyes glowed with an otherworldly light. I stumbled back in shock, and before I could react, he vanished into thin air, leaving behind an unsettling chill. Trying to shake off the encounter, I continued my search. However, with each step, I felt a strange presence following me. The shelves seemed to shift, the products rearranging themselves in an uncanny dance. Feeling trapped in a nightmarish maze, I attempted to find an exit, but the store seemed to stretch endlessly, leading me back to the same spot. Panic set in as I realized I couldn't escape Walmart. As I frantically retraced my steps, the lights flickered, casting eerie shadows that seemed to dance along the walls. The air grew heavy with a sense of foreboding, and I knew I was not alone. Suddenly, I heard a whisper, a haunting voice that echoed through the aisles. "You've entered a realm between worlds," it said, each word sending shivers down my spine. Fear consumed me as I realized I had stumbled upon something beyond my understanding. Walmart was no longer just a store. It was a place where the boundaries of reality blurred, and I was trapped in its supernatural grasp. Desperate to break free, I closed my eyes and focused on escaping this eerie dimension. With a surge of determination, I opened my eyes, and to my relief, I found myself back at the store's entrance. Gasping for breath, I hurried out of Walmart, my heart pounding in my chest. The night air felt refreshing, and the world outside seemed familiar once again. From that day on, I never looked at Walmart the same way. I knew there was more to that store than meets the eye, and I warn others to be cautious when venturing into its dimly lit aisles after hours, for it may lead you to a chilling encounter with the unknown.